Hi. How are you? You're so sweet. It is. I've just come from the park. I've had a lovely day in the park with a couple of friends. Socially distanced picnic. You're an absolute sweetheart. Stuff out, and then we'll have a chat about how things have been. Let me just quickly have a look through your notes. What are we looking at? Okay, so last time we were looking at you getting 6 hours. That was you falling asleep at around 5. Enough hours to get through, but obviously you don't want to be getting up at that time in the morning. So tell me, how have you been getting on? Okay, how many nights was that? And was that 2? What did you do on the night? Did you do anything different, or? Oh, which night was that out of the full week? So you've been doing it for around 2 nights then. How was the first night? Did you notice any changes? Yeah, that's to be expected. I think when you start something you can be very you're expecting something, and that expectation can sometimes lead to a bit of disappointment and a bit of anxiety around the whole situation. So it was the second night it worked, and that was 2 AM. What specific things had you done? So you're looking for no screens before bed for at least 3 hours. Have you used the little pad of paper and pen? It's quite useful, isn't it? Sometimes people, because we have our phones, and our phones are everything basically, including a notepad and pen, it's tempting just to get your phone out and go in the notepad section and type it out, but then you're on a screen. And then of course you're in temptation's way. You might see a notification pop down for something, and before you know it, you're on Instagram, 15 posts deep on the explore page. So that's been good. What about the distraction techniques? Have you tried them and did they work? Yeah. So you try both. Right. Yeah, sometimes, I mean, it's the technique to try. Sometimes it can be more distracting. It can be keeping you more alert. The idea behind the cognitive distraction techniques is to distract you from thinking of other things. It's to take your mind off the fact you are lying here awake, rather than lying there awake thinking, am I falling asleep? I'm not falling asleep. I'm still awake. What time is it? It's to just take your mind off that, move it somewhere else, somewhere boring, and then hopefully you're able to fall asleep with that. Obviously, if it didn't work for you, that's fine. And how did you get on with the relaxation music? Okay. And when are you doing that? Morning. Why have you chosen to do the morning? So you've tried it on the night and it just, yeah. I think meditations are not about, it's not about just not having thoughts. It's very difficult to not have thoughts. Thoughts will constantly come and go. The idea is to let a thought come, acknowledge it, and then let it go. Don't let it come and then think about it and delve in and then start to think about something else. You cannot get rid of the thoughts. They will come, just see it, okay, and then go. So the idea is not to just think of nothing, because in that sense you're still thinking of something. The idea is to focus on your breathing. So you can count. You can do some breathing in and breathing out and just focus on, literally just focus on your breathing. Nothing else. And then acknowledge thoughts when they come. It's definitely something you have to learn. Meditation doesn't just come to you because you sit there for 15 minutes with music on. It's definitely a technique that takes practice, but it's wonderful that you're actually starting it. Well, that's good that you're looking to do it on a night. But yeah, mornings are brilliant, because if you've had a bad night's sleep, you're worried about the day ahead, being sleepy, you've got a lot on, you've had bad dreams, it's a wonderful way to just clear your mind and then essentially start afresh after you've meditated. Okay, what else we got? When you've been awake, where have you been going? Okay. Have you fallen asleep down there at all? No, good. What time So if you've gone downstairs, what time have you gone back up to bed? Okay, right. So, the next thing I want to try with you, have you ever heard of ASMR? You have? Have you ever tried it? You don't like eating, no? So, ASMR isn't just eating videos, which is, by the sounds of it, it's mukbang videos you've been watching. They do cross paths. Mukbang videos are, you know, people eating, but there are people out there who can get ASMR from those videos. So, you've got a rough idea of what ASMR is then. Do you think you've experienced ASMR? Yeah, well, what we can do is we can explore a few things. I can create some more tips for you, so I can do some live recordings here, so that you can play them on a night time to see if they work. We're not going to do eating videos though. There is a trigger called inaudible whispering, and the idea it's a little bit like cognitive distraction, in the fact that it takes your mind away from the fact you're not sleeping, but it's inaudible because you can't understand what I'm saying. So I'm not saying clear, specific things where you can actually listen and tune in. They're barely audible, so there is a noise there, but you're not actually able to make out what I'm saying. So I have brought a microphone with me. So what I'm going to do is just pop the microphone here, and I have a book. Okay. So this is a wonderful book. It's called Don't Sweat the Small Stuff. It's fantastic for reading and just de-stressing. So I'm going to be reading this book. I'll set the microphone up in a second, and we'll see what you think about it, okay? Thank you so much for the tea. Doesn't matter how hot it gets outside. Can't resist a cup of tea. So, the recording that we're going to do is on this microphone. This is a 3DO microphone, and basically it's meant to give you the sense that it's your ears being spoken into. So if I touch the ears, you will hear the sound of me actually touching what sounds like your ears. So this is the microphone I'm going to do the recording on. I'm just getting my book and my glass of clear my throat. I'm going to turn to any page on this book. I love this book. I was first introduced to this book by a fellow doctor, actually, to help deal with stress. So I'm just going to lift this up. So remember, you're not meant to be understanding what I'm saying. It's inaudible. apologies, this is the first time I've set this up in somebody's house and used it. Okay. Spend a moment protecting parts of my duck. This simple strategy, which may take a few seconds to complete, is long been one of the most important habits of fabrication. I try to remember the start of my day because of the duck. For me to try to do it in a peaceful hand in hand. change its position slightly. Oh, goodness me, it is warm. It is warm. You're feeling sleepy already? That's a good sign, but don't fall asleep now. Wait until tonight. Okay. But being a listener, I can't believe being a good listener. Effective listening involves simple avoiding the bad up and interrupting others while they are speaking and finishing the sentence. It's been a constant to listen to the entire phone. So what did you think of that? You enjoyed it? Good. Well, hopefully the recording that I give you will maybe work a little bit better than the technique you have been previously using. So that is saved to my computer straight away. I'll put it on a little drive and leave it with you. If you give it a try, if it's not working, if you find it's not working, then obviously stop using it, but at least I'd say give it 3 nights minimum, and then see how it goes. And then when I come back next week, we can look at how it's been working and see if there's anything else we can do for you. So I can certainly leave that copy here for you. It is a wonderful, wonderful read, and it's not like a one book in chapters. It's is it 100? I think it might be 100. Yes, so it's 100 little things. You know, so you can read 5 one night, you can read 10, you can read whatever you want. I think it's good to revisit this book on a regular basis. If there's something that you really love, I would just pop a post-it note in, and then, you know, you can go back every week and just reread that, or whenever you need it, really. So I will leave that there. So what I would do is, obviously, don't bother with the distraction techniques that we talked about last week. Keep the journal and the pen, stick to the no screens. And I would, if you're doing meditation in the morning, I would use the relaxation music just for your meditation. I wouldn't want you to start using the music to try and get to sleep to, and then in the morning using that music to try and meditate to clear your mind, because we don't want your brain linking that music to, okay, let's get ready for the day, and then you start to listen to that on a night time and your brain's like, okay, we're getting ready for the day. So yeah, if you stop listening to that on a night, and basically replace that with the recording. Okay, excellent. Well, I hope we see an improvement next week. Thank you very much for the cup of tea, it's delicious. I'm going to pack up now and head off.